We've got the Ford Maverick in Alto Blue.
We love the hybrid. Let's check out this Ecoboost. Am I going to feel like Maverick being launched off an aircraft carrier? Punch it. Whoa!
Do you feel like that? Zach loves it when I do this. Gives you a really great feel.
Well, it certainly makes me feel alive, Andrea. There's nothing like being close to death to make you feel alive.
I hardly think you're close to death. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's get into this thing. So we are driving the Ecoboost. What is that?
A 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. In Canada, standard all-wheel drive, but in the US, you have both front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options on every trim.
There's also a hybrid version. That's a 4-cylinder engine with a hybrid system and 191 horsepower, only sold with front-wheel drive. We did a full review of this a few months ago, so make sure to click on the card and watch the whole thing, all the way through to the very end. All right, so we're in the top model Lariat, but we're going to talk about the base model Ecoboost. What do you get in it? What are the key standard features?
The base trim comes with an 8-inch touchscreen, a 4.2-inch instrument cluster, wired Apple Carplay and Android Auto, a 6-way manual driver's seat, a 4-way manual passenger seat, black onyx cloth upholstery, LED headlights, Flexbed system, Ford Pass Connect, and a mini spare tire.
It's our favorite, Andrea. It's a rotary dial transmission. What are we going to put it in?
You got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe. Most important thing, hit the notification bell, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to get a sneak peek behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.
I really like the power in this 2-liter Ecoboost. The acceleration is quicker. I like the 8-speed automatic transmission. It shifts smoothly. And the cabin is quieter in this 2-liter Ecoboost. Now, the top trim that we're driving has acoustic glass, so that maybe makes a difference with the noise level, but it's also the 8-speed automatic versus the ECVT.
All right, here's the thing. If you're going to get a Maverick, it's a little small pickup truck.
Yeah.
I want the fuel-efficient one, and I want it cheaper. And if you're going to get the Ecoboost in a pickup truck, I'm just going to get the Ranger.
I would get the hybrid too. I mean, there are no other small pickup trucks that offer a hybrid. And I really think the hybrid's going to be worth more in the end.
Yeah, it's unique. It's totally unique. It's a small SUV-based pickup truck that is front-wheel drive. It's got crazy good fuel economy. We were averaging better than the EPA posted numbers, and that's the whole thing about this new category again for Ford. You know, going back to small pickup trucks, is they're doing something different. This, with this extra horsepower, I would just get the Ranger.
The upside over the Ranger is that the ride is better. This is a really versatile vehicle. It has the capability of an open bed without having to drive such a large pickup truck in the city. Super easy to maneuver and parallel park.
Yeah, you don't get that bouncy feeling you get with a typical pickup truck that is a body on frame. This is, if you're not aware, a unibody design. It's basically the same platform they use for Escape and also for the Bronco Sport. They just take the back off and make it into a pickup truck. And when you're driving it from this part forward, you feel like you're in just a regular crossover vehicle.
It's really comfortable. It has a great seating position for the driver. Visibility is excellent. It feels very open.
So what do you think about the looks of this thing? It's kind of like a pug, right?
Pug?
It's not great looking, but you love it. Something about it, it's quirky, and I like the fact that it's quirky.
It's funny that you say that. I don't think it looks bad. I don't really think it looks quirky. It just looks like a pickup truck to me.
I don't think the headlamps look particularly good. The license plate at the back is offset to one side. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna win any beauty contest. Not like you, Andrew. You would win a beauty contest.
Oh wow!
This one would not win a beauty contest, but it's like a pug. You love it because it's Kind of funny looking.
Okay, so I like the looks of it, and I like the idea of the bed having a Flexbed system so you can organize it the way that you like. It is a 4.5-foot bed, but when you extend the tailgate, it grows to 6 feet, and the payload is 1,500 pounds. So you'll be able to carry quite a few items from the garden center or home improvement.
Or I'm going to use it this week to go to the dump. I've got all this stuff I've been waiting to take, and finally have a pickup truck to do it.
Yeah.
The one thing that Ford really made a big deal about when the Maverick was introduced is the personalization you can do to the bed. One great thing they've done, they have 12-volt power already preloaded in the bed of the truck. Then you can tap into that, put your own lighting system. They've also got DIY tutorials on how to make things like your own bike rack and slide it in there. And they're really hoping that the Maverick community is going to share all of their ideas, and people can make this into whatever they like. It's not the biggest bed, of course. It's 4.5 feet long, but for me, what I would use it for is going to the dump in Home Depot. I would love to have this thing.
Yeah, I just find this easier to drive in the city, and I mostly do city driving. I like going to the garden center, picking up flowers, or even Home Depot for a variety of things. So
when do you ever go to Home Depot?
I
want to see this.
Fan.
I want to see this trip Andrea does to Home Depot. You send me to Home Depot.
Yeah, I do send Zach to Home Depot, but I also go to Home Depot and Canadian Tire. But we're not promoting these brands, are we?
No, they can sponsor
They're not
us.
our sponsors.
No. One other thing about the bed, it's got the LED lighting at the back and also an outlet so you can plug your tools in. Very handy. We do have a great question coming up in Questions, Coffee, and Cars about the interior materials, so we're not going to jump too much into that. But overall, I think it's comfortable. And you know what? When I picked this up, I went right back into my memory and I went, oh yeah, Ford, they make good seats.
Yeah, I mean, so comfortable. We always say that with the Ford Bronco Sport and also with the Escape.
And the Explorer.
Yeah, we were recently in a Lincoln, and these seats are more comfortable, and they aren't a 30-way adjustment. I don't know, we just couldn't figure that one out.
I think it's just the density of the foam. They've made a decision with this kind of foam, and I like it a lot.
I like all of the different storage units in here. It has bronze trim on our top model. The only issue that I have with the packaging is that the models do not come with a lot. Each trim you have to add a package, and that base trim doesn't have the package where you can get heated front seats and a heated steering wheel. So the middle trim, the XLT, you have to add the XLT package.
But you can do the sunroof on all trims, you said, right?
You can do the sunroof as an extra on all trims, but I just feel like Ford could clean up their packaging a little bit.
All right, so base model, no heated seats. So then you get into the middle trim, and then you've got the heated seats, and then you want push button start. Then you got to go to the Lariat to get that.
Yeah.
So basically you've gone from the base model all the way to the top trim to get two features you really just want. Like Ford, like put it in a package, say, okay, I want to get the XLT, but I want push button start. Charge me $1,500 more, I'll pay it. I don't have to go all the way to Lariat country.
Yeah, exactly what you do with the moonroof. Let us have the option on the middle trim.
Actually, give me the option on the base model. I want the base model with the steel wheels, but I want push button start and heated seats.
I'm just surprised that heated seats aren't a standard feature. Like, it's not even a standard feature on the middle trim or on the top trim. You have to get it added in a package. Some features the top trim gets that other trims do not include a 6.5-inch instrument cluster, dual zone automatic temperature controls, the noise reducing windshield, power sliding rear window, ambient lighting, the Flexbed system with 2 rear cubby storage units, and 18-inch wheels.
We have another question about the back seat. So we'll just show me getting into the back seat quickly. Yeah. This is tight. It's not a champion for legroom or headroom, and the back seat is very upright and doesn't recline. That's what you get.
The Maverick is longer and taller than the Santa Cruz and offers almost 1.5 inches more front row legroom. The Santa Cruz has a little more second row legroom, and the bed is marginally longer in the Maverick at 4.5 feet versus 4.4 feet with the Santa Cruz.
So we've already kind of told you what the questions are, so let's get into it.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Love the truck format. My question will be about the back seat comfort. We do long trips. What is your appreciation of those seats for teenagers? Long drives are frequent and 2.5 hours each way at minimum twice a month.
So it sounds like they're going skiing out of their cabin or something. Yeah, I wouldn't want to sit back there.
Well, I guess it depends on your teenagers. Are they complainers like ours? No, to be fair.
They're tall.
Yeah, ours are tall. They're over 6 feet. They're not going to find the leg room and the straight up and back, which is typical of pickup trucks to be very comfortable for them on a long drive.
Hey, I understand, yeah, you want to talk yourself into buying one of these, but talk yourself into buying a Ridgeline.
Yeah.
Because the Ridgeline is really the Honda Pilot with a bed on the back. So if you want a lot more room, that offers the same second row legroom pretty much as the Pilot.
And I also want to say it really depends on the comfort level that they're coming from. We're not aware of what you're driving now and what they're sitting in, so that can make a difference.
If you are driving a Rolls Royce right now, this will not be comfortable. However, if you have kids in a little Toyota Yaris, they probably think this is roomy.
Yeah, they probably like it a lot. That blue looks sharp. How are the interior finishes and materials in the car? Is it plastic? Fantastic. It's plastic.
This is absolutely the definition of a Tupperware interior.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love it.
I think actually Ford has done a pretty good job with this, with the color combos in here. This is the top trim. So we've got some leather, a two-tone desert
real leather?
brown. Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay.
Two-tone desert brown and navy. I think it's quite nice. We had something similar in the Ford Bronco Sport. But yes, this is all plastic fantastic.
Ford does a great job, as Andrew just mentioned, with the color combos.
Yeah.
Even with the hybrid we had several months ago, it looks really good. I'm okay with it. It's a truck. And the cheaper ones, then it's really quite passable. On this high-end trim, yeah, but I still like it.
It's iffy.
It's question coffee in cars. Right now it's question comment in cars.
Yeah, we've got a viewer who owns the Maverick XLT hybrid, and we thought we'd just add in what he thinks about it.
That's the one we drove, was the XLT hybrid.
That's right. I've had it for a few months, and so far no major complaints. I love it. The only little inconvenience is the ignition key I call a knife. But the fuel economy is fantastic. The bed is practical for my needs, and I wish Sync 3 could be upgraded. So many people approach me and ask me about this little gem. I was glad to answer their questions. That was our complaint.
Yeah, we love the XLT trim, except you don't get the push button start. And unfortunately in Canada, that's the top trim of the hybrid. So you can't get the push button start at all on the hybrid, which seems crazy. And I'm not sure it's worth it to go to this top trim to get it.
I don't know. It'd be so weird to use a key every day again.
I know, but it's just,
I'm so used to push button start.
It's just the price. I want to keep this thing cheap. That's the thing
and
about the hybrid is I want it cheap and cheerful.
Mm-hmm.
I even like the base steel wheels.
Do you? But you don't get heated seats in that.
I know, I like them. I'm not saying that's the one I'm going to get.
No heated seats for Zach. Like nothing. That is pretty stripped down.
Well, it's like my old Tacoma. You know what I had in my old Tacoma?
You had heated seats, didn't you, in your Tacoma?
No, I had wind-down windows.
No wonder I didn't think it was that great to sit in.
The only thing it had was air conditioning. That was it. You know what? I was fine with that.
We put out a lot of content each week on the Motormouth YouTube channel, and it's so easy to find.
All you do is go to the YouTube search bar and type in Motormouth, the name of the channel, and then the brand you're looking for. In this case, it's Ford, and then all of our videos pop up. It's that easy.
When will they make the hybrid in all-wheel drive? Living in central Canada, 4x4 is a must for harsh winters.
I would disagree with that. I think if you put really good winter tires on there, you could probably do just fine.
It's possible. Good winter tires. We would be fine here, obviously, in Vancouver. Now, there are rumors. Nothing is confirmed from Ford. Yes, we hear there's a hybrid coming that's going to be all-wheel drive and possibly a plug-in hybrid as well.
So I say, yes, you could get by with good winter tires because it's a front-wheel drive, the hybrid. But if it was me and it was offered, I would just get the all-wheel drive, mostly because of resale value, because you're looking for it, others are looking for it. So there you go. But I would love to have the base model with the steel wheels.
No, we wouldn't. I can tell you that right now.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
What do you think of the Lariat trim? Is it worth the money? Personally, I love the look and feel of the XLT with the two-tone cloth and more cheap and cheerful vibe, and feel like a leather interior and such is out of place in an urban go-getter like this.
So Ford sucks you in with their marketing starting price, right? So they have the XL, which has a really great starting price. The XLT, you go, oh man, that's good. Then you look at the Lariat and you go, oh, I could swing that, until you start looking farther into it, and then you realize it's a switch and bait. What are they doing, Andrea?
Well, you have to.
Oh wait, I got it wrong. It's a bait and switch.
Yeah. So you have to add packages to all of these trims except for the base trim. There is no package available. So there are no heated seats or a heated steering wheel on that base model. Move up to the middle trim, the XLT, you can add the XLT package, which will get you a power driver's seat, heated front seats, and a heated steering wheel. But it's the same with the Lariat. Just because you're getting the top trim, don't think you're getting all those extra features.
I think that should be included in the price. So, for example, use Canadian dollars because it's easier for us to remember. This Lariat starts at $35,000, but then you've got to add the Lariat trim to get the things you really want, like the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. That's $5 grand more. So really the price is 40 grand.
Yeah.
So when you just market it at 40 grand, that's not what they're doing.
No, and also the sunroof is extra as well. We already talked about that. So it really adds up, which is why our test model is over $46,000 Canadian.
All right, back to your point about, which one looks correct for a city urban pickup truck. I kind of with you on that. We like the XLT. We like the hybrid model. We like the funkier colors. This is looking a little bit too posh maybe for what it actually is. But you know what? I'm kind of with you. The XLT is the one I like.
Yeah, I like the XLT as well. I like the cloth seats, that two-tone slate and navy blue with the orange accents. It just has a cooler vibe to it for, like you said, an urban runaround.
We're not going to do a bait and switch on you. We're going to deliver you all the information you want, like the fuel economy, the towing capacity, and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. The first front-wheel drive model in the U.S. starts at just under $21,500. The all-wheel drive model is just over $29,000 Canadian and just over $24,000 in the US. The top Lariat all-wheel drive model is $35,500 Canadian and just under $30,000 in the US. Price as tested, the top Lariat trim with the Lariat package, off-road package, the moonroof, and the towing package just over $46,000 Canadian.
Here's the fuel economy, 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8.1 on the highway. That's 22 miles per gallon city, 29 miles per gallon highway. The Maverick 2-liter Ecoboost can tow 2,000 pounds, and with the optional tow package, 4,000 pounds. The Maverick offers a 1,500-pound payload. The warranty is 3 years, 60,000 kilometers, or 36,000 miles. Pickup trucks, they're the most popular vehicles, period. What else can you buy with your money?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Santa Cruz with a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 281 horsepower, and a starting price of just under $41,000.
The Honda Ridgeline with a 3.5-liter V6, 280 horsepower, and a starting price of $46,500.
The Nissan Frontier with a 3.8-liter V6, 310 horsepower, and a starting price just under $40,000.
The Toyota Tacoma with a 3.5-liter V6, 278 horsepower, and a starting price just over $40,000.
So there are 4 pickups for you to consider.
Lightning round. 2 things we like to see improved.
I really like how versatile this small pickup truck is.
I like the whole idea of this Maverick.
I think that Ford, you've got to clean up your packages and just keep it contained in the trims.
I want the push button start available on the XLT trim.
What a great practical pickup for the city.
Not sure I would go for this drivetrain. The hybrid's the one for me. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.